Hi, everybody, and welcome to Nashua's ETV and the Bishop Guertin Division II semifinal game with Timberlane. I'm Tom King. I'll be joined by John Collins in a little while. And the kickoff goes to BG and CJ Boykin. He drops the football, struggling to get extra yardage, down to the 31-yard line, and the Owls have recovered.
And ball is recovered. In the Timberlane football, first and 10, the Bishop Guertin 31-yard line.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for Timberlane at the 31. So the first turnover of the game, huge, as Boykin fumbles the ball. And turnovers are what it's all about in high school football. No doubt about it. 1st and 10 for the Owls at the Guertin 31. They lost to Guertin 27-6 in their first meeting during the regular season. There's a pass over the middle. It's complete down to the 18-yard line, and it's already a first down for the Owls on their first play from scrimmage.
Number 88, Frank Roll-on, 13-yard gain. Good enough for a first down for the Owls. First and 10, the Bishop Guertin 18-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Handoff goes inside. That's Josh David with the carry. David burrows his way down to the 15-yard line. It'll be second down at about 7. Guertin comes in with one loss in Division II. That was in a meaningless game at Keene.
2nd and 6 for the Owls.
2 yard. They're going to give him 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. Ball at the 16-yard line. Pass in the flat, complete. Around the 10-yard line and out of bounds at around the first down marker is Timberlane's Ryan McCarthy.
And that gain. Good enough for a first down. First and goal.
First and goal for Timberlane. Ball at the 8-yard line, and we are joined now by John Collins.
Good afternoon, Tom.
And there we go. And right up the middle, a touchdown. Not very long, 4 plays it took the Owls after a Guertin fumble on the kickoff for the score. Josh David with the run, an 8-yard touchdown.
Tom, I wasn't ready to go at the kickoff, and it looks like neither was Bishop Guertin.
Yeah, good point, John.
And 30 seconds into or a minute and a half into the game, and BG finds themselves in a very strange place, down 6-0.
Well, turnovers are going to be a key in high school football, so that's always the case.
This one is blocked at the line, and it's not going to even make it to the uprights. That may be a factor later. BG hopes not. John Collins with Tom King. We are underway in a strange way here at the home field of Bishop Guertin at Stellos Stadium in Nashua, as you see right there, trailing 6-0 to begin this game. So BG will try to do the kick return thing again here. Division II high school football. Of course, BG multiple-time champions. Not quite as dominant a season this year. And Timberlane trying to come in here and do what very few teams have done, which is knock off BG in the first round. Beautiful day, Saturday afternoon here at Stellos Stadium. Perfect football weather. A little bit breezy, at least up in the press box, but the flags on the uprights not moving much at all. There's the kick. It is down the middle of the field, picked up there at the 7-yard line or 8-yard line, and churning ahead for a decent return to the 28-yard line. Clyde Boykin. CJ he goes by. So the sophomore takes it back to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll spot it at the 29 for Bishop Guertin.
What a tough start for Guertin. Not used to trailing in a Division II game.
They spot Timberlane 6 points. They hand off up the middle. Pinballing his way ahead for close to first down yardage right off the bat. Number 33, Blake Boudreau, takes it up to the 40-yard line, and that is a BG first down.
That's one of the longer runs for a running back from scrimmage I've seen up the middle for Guertin this year. They're going to need, that's what they did, John, against Timberlane in the regular season game. They dominated the offensive line in the second half and pounded the ball. We'll see if they try to continue with that strategy, even though they're down. It's tough to do when you're trailing, to stick with that running game.
Whistled before the snap. BG had a lot going on in that play with motion. And it looks like it's going to be against the defense.
Yes, it is.
Good call up here. Defensive encroachment.
Well, we have the luxury, if we have any official questions, having one of the top officials in the state up here in the booth doing the clock. So helps a little bit, Steve Hall. So it helps a little bit.
First and the 5 for BG now, I believe. No, that's a first down, automatic. First and 10.
First and 5. First and 5 from the 45-yard line.
Let's see the down marker.
Down marker's at the 45, and the other down marker's at the 50.
Right. Right. Okay, so it is first and 5. No gain on the play. Maybe a yard.
A yard from
second
Mayo.
and 4.
Mayo's a guy I think that they need to get a lot of production from today. He's a senior. This is a day made for him. It's a day where you can run the football, and you know that was the strategy the last time they played.
That's Tom King ordering up some extra Mayo up the right guard slot, and not to the first down marker, however.
Yeah, Boudreau struggled to get to that 49-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. That's where they should spot it.
And that's where they do spot it, Tom, a yard short of the first down.
And it'll be 3rd and 1.
How about this picture-perfect day for football here?
Could do without the wind if I'm an offensive coach, but
it doesn't show up too much on the
not a bad day.
But yeah, not a bad day. Lots of sunshine on the field here at Stellos, newly resurfaced over the summer. Handoff up the middle. It's good for a first down, and Moore still on his feet. Down the field goes Boudreau. He is tackled from behind. They try to strip it, but he holds on to the football to about the 17-yard line.
And the key there, John, is when you get a long run, what's the first thing you look for on the field? Any yellow stuff? You didn't see any there. Good block. Guertin doing what they did the first time they played Timberlane, getting good acceleration off the line of scrimmage.
BG trailing 6-0, trying to tie it up here in their first real offensive possession. They fumbled on the opening kickoff. That led to a Timberlane, a quick strike score 90 seconds into the game. Now BG's gone down the field. That was after a blocked extra point too at 6-0. Here comes Boykin. He's hit near just beyond the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Timberlane's linebackers. Looked like came up to support.
That brings up a 2nd and 9 on the 16-yard line.
2nd and 9 on the 16. Just under 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. Still very early in this Division II New Hampshire High School boys football playoff game at Stellos Stadium. Of course, BG and the Green Bay Packer color scheme. Up the middle goes Boudreau. Good healthy carry there toward the first down marker, which would be at about the 7 or 8 yard line. He gets it close to the 10. Spotted at the 11. Yes, at the 11.
Carry for Blake down to the 11-yard line. 3rd and 4.
4 yards to go for the first down. BG has kept it on the ground to this point. With 4 yards to go, will they go to the air here? No, to the ground again. Behind his blockers, and a first down. Zach Mayo with the carry. Good for first down yardage, and it's going to be goal to go now at the 5.
6-yard gain, bring it down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Zach Mayo, he's got to get those tough yards. That's what they've got him for.
He followed a great
he goes
block
down
on
from
the
the
left
11.
side
He goes
of the line.
right, exactly. And he gets that 6-yard gain actually Moves it right down, 1st and goal for Guertin. And they're doing it methodically, John. That's what you want to see. Patient football team, knowing they can dominate the line of scrimmage. No reason to hurry or put the ball in the air.
Austin Ceremi's the left tackle. Left guard's Andrew Yornell. Sprinting to the right. The pitch is for a touchdown.
What a great play by Fahey. He would have loved to run it in himself, but the defender covered him, and he pitches outside. No one on Timberlane covered the outside pitch. And a great run. Good pitch, great run by Nick Marino. One of the better option plays I've seen Fahey execute this year.
Nick Marino, and it was a good decision, as Tom said, by Fahey. He drew in the tackler, and then it was no contest at all for Marino, who jaunted into the end zone untouched. Excellent option, quarterback option play, and the BG Cardinals are able to convert after the blocked extra point for Timberlane. That gives the Cardinals a 7-6 lead. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. So BG moving the ball to the left and to the right there, down deep. We're able to follow the blocking of the left side of the line, and then pass blocking on the right side of the line, or quarterback option blocking. That's maybe one of the first times that a Marino ran in a quarterback option. Thinking about Dan Marino, of course, of the Dolphins. I don't know if he ever did run an option play. Threw a lot of passes in his career. But it's Nick Marino who strikes first for BG. So they do take a lead after a shaky start here. BG now with a 7-6 lead. The kicker, Steven Toscano, tees it up on the 40-yard line near the left hash mark. Excellent crowd is on hand here at BG on a beautiful day to watch football. It's a low line drive that's going to skid out of bounds, and that causes the flag to fly.
And that's a free kick penalty for the ball shut down.
And you see Toscano goes back to the scene of the crime, so to speak, where the tee is on the 40-yard line, trying to get his bearings on what went askew there. Ball just, it's a right-footed kicker, so it just hooked to the right, left. So Timberlane awaiting the re-kick, 5 yards. Closer to his own end zone. Ball's at the 35 now for Toscano, who probably welcomes the chance to re-kick this one. And he goes straighter down the middle of the field this time. It's end over end, fielded at the 11. They're going to lateral it to number 1, Ryan McCarthy, down the right sideline. Hit pretty soon after he got ahead of steam going at the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Owls of Timberlane. Plastow, New Hampshire, made the trip westward to Stellos Stadium today. So let's see if Timberlane can repeat the big offensive burst. They were able to convert a turnover into a touchdown very quickly in the opening minutes of the game. Now they have to start from considerably further away from pay dirt. Dropping back to pass on the first down from scrimmage. Picked off and then dropped. Oh, the hero, Nick Marino, who just got the touchdown, Tom, nearly had a chance for a pick 6.
He would have had a pick 6, John, and it's, Timberlane's going to live and die with the pass, I think, today. Although they've run the ball fairly well inside the red zone. But their weapon is with Evan Biggood, their quarterback. I mean, he is a guy who can throw the football.
That was a bad bid by Bidgood that time, as he almost threw it right into, he did throw it right into the midsection of Marino, who could have been off to the races. Bidgood's going to flip it now
to David, Josh David. He's their top back.
He gets to the corner and he turns it up for a healthy gain of about 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, if I'm Travis Cody, the one thing I'm upset about right now is I'm not too upset about any yardage Bidgood gains with his arm, because high school quarterbacks are going to gain yardage sometimes with the pass. I'm upset the way Josh David has been able to run the football. He's got 20, that was about what, a 13-yard gain, and he's got about 23 yards on 3 carries, including a touchdown run that was no one touched him up the middle.
spinning for a couple of yards. Josh David, was it a loose ball? It was down, say the officials. It appeared on the turf briefly. We are at 6 minutes even and counting down in the first quarter, 7-6. Bishop Guertin in the lead barely. They gave up a touchdown very early after the fumble on the opening kick, and then went the distance, drove down the field, tied it up, and got the extra point to take the 1-point lead. So it is a 2nd and 7. Bidgood, two-step drop, fires it too high for the receiver, number 17, Richard Galesian.
You're going to see more of a mix run and pass with Timberlane than you will with Guertin today. That's the way I look at it. As long as Guertin is not 2 or 3 touchdowns down in the football game.
Interesting, that was intended for Rich Galesian, number 17, a senior. Just did a news story on a young man named Galesian who turned 11 on 11-11-11.
There you go.
Friday. No yardage to be had. The ball's on the ground. Is that a fumble?
Well, we'll wait and see what the call is.
Seemed to come out a bit in advance of the tackle.
Where they're marking the football is where the ball was recovered.
No indication yet. His knee was down, and then the ball came out. So
they're going to mark it down at the 44, the knee down.
Yeah, it's 4th down, and it's a punting situation.
Watch Boykin, John, to see if they kick it away from him. They won't have the chance.
The punter.
They won't have the chance.
Gillis is going to go back and try to get it. He's hit, and he drops it. It's loose. It's anybody's ball. It's picked up near the goal line. Throwing it forward, an illegal pass. That'll bring a flag. And it may be a safety, an illegal pass from your own end zone, Tom?
Well, you can throw the ball if there's a receiver in the area.
That's right. Incomplete pass.
Well, it depends if there was a receiver in the area or
I
not.
got to say, there must have been people scrambling for the football. So it'll probably come back to the original line of scrimmage after a discussion. It was actually a smart play to try that pass.
It was a smart play to try it, but the question is, was there a receiver in the area? Will they call grounding?
I'm thinking.
Will they call incomplete?
I'm thinking,
any chance that there was a receiver in the area? Steve Hall says no. So it would be either intentional grounding or a safety. All right, so the explanation from Steve Hall is if he was in the end zone when he threw it, which I believe he was, it would go as a safety. If not, it's intentional grounding, loss of down,
safety.
Ball.
That is exactly what it's going to be called,
a safety.
Intentional grounding from the end zone, safety. 2 points for Bishop Guertin, makes the score 9-6. Well, you would think it was all field goals. There have been no field goals. There was a touchdown, a missed extra point, a touchdown for BG, an extra point, and a safety gets us to 9-6 with 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. The other argument there is that you were trying to throw a long pass and you got taken down, but that's not going to wash with the officials either. So it's a safety against Timberlane. Disaster strikes on what should have been a routine punt from midfield for the Owls. Gillis, the punter, just hopelessly looking up at the ball as it floated well above his head and toward his own end zone. Try to make the best of it by picking the ball up and running with it, but it was stripped from his grasp. So Gunnar Eriksson will be kicking the ball for the 3rd time here in the first 11 minutes of the first quarter. Kicked off to begin the kick off the ball game itself, then kicked off after the Timberlane touchdown. Now he's kicking off here from his own 20. Good boot, gets it all the way down to about the 28 of BG. Carrying it up the middle of the field with some blocks, splitting a seam and being thrown to the ground, but not until he gets to about the 37. Is it loose? I think he had hit the ground by the time the ball came out. Nick Marino, who has scored the touchdown for Bishop Guertin with a terrific return there to set BG up with fantastic field position. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 30. 6-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, I would say a 36, John.
Yep.
Good return for the Cardinals.
Nick Marino with the return, the junior running back and defensive back who nearly had a pick-6 interception on the first pass that Timberlane threw today. So Marino,
he's having a good game. A touchdown run,
Mayu,
almost a pick-6 and a good kickoff return.
Mayu down.
Here's the guy. Here's the bread and butter guy for Guertin. I keep saying it is Mayu.
Yeah. Gain of 4.
He has a good game. Guertin will win this football game if he has a good game.
Gain of 5, call it. 2nd and 5.
And that brings up a 2nd and 5. The Timberlane 32-yard line.
Second a long 5. Look for Fahey maybe to run the ball on this play.
He hasn't thrown it yet. Will he keep it, as Tom said? He has it right now. It's an option play. He's going to go to Boykin. Boykin jukes outside. He's spun to the turf before the first down marker.
Nice tackle on that play by Zach Downey at Timberlane. Downey, according to the roster, is only a sophomore, but he was right there and grabbed Boykin by the legs, which is where you got to get him, and pulled him down. Otherwise, Boykin gets by him. He's gone.
One sophomore grabbing another. And Downey makes the play short of the first down. Could be 2-down territory for BG here. And they've had a lot of effective runs. So look for them maybe to go right behind the left side of that line again. The handoff right at the middle. Huge yard. It's untouched into the end zone. Touchdown. Mayu, Zach Mayu with the touchdown. And maybe a Timberlane player got a hand on him, but that was it. Right up the middle. Split the seam. Touchdown.
Well, in the theme of 11-11, it's 27 for 27. Touchdown run.
That makes the score 15-6 with the extra point to come. So Toscano lines it up and boots it through. Toscano makes it 16-6. BG with a scare early. They fumbled the opening kickoff, gave up a touchdown, but they lead 16-6 here with 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Well, Tom, you know, it's a first-round playoff game. BG's at home. Anybody coming in here against BG in Division II is going to be an underdog. And that was the case today, right?
Yeah, Timberlane, a huge underdog. 4-4 team against 7-1. I mean, that would have been an underdog anywhere they played this football game. You know, this is, it's not a strong year for Division II. I thought it would be a lot stronger than it was.
More than 47% of our student athletes are female.
So Toscano lining it up here at the 40-yard line. Sun in the coverage team's eyes, as you can see, on a beautiful fall Saturday. The wind picks up a little bit. Oh, in Toscano's face. It's going to make it tough to drive it deep down the field. He'll probably repeat what he did before and try to kick it somewhat toward the right to keep it down the middle, and he does. Good end-over-end kick by Toscano, fielded at the 13 by number 15. And he is down at the loose ball. Looks like a scrum going on down there on the 15-yard line.
7-yard return.
Our head official says that ball was down, and it's 1st and 10 Timberlane at the 15-yard line. Ball's been on the turf quite a lot this afternoon, mostly people dropping it after they have been down. You can see people actively trying to strip the ball from each other as well. So it's strictly a running game by BG. It is an offense with a heavy accent on passing for Timberlane. Let's see if they'll go back to the air here. Bidgood has it. He stumbles again, but he regains his feet and gets the corner for at least a few yards before the Timberlane quarterback is tackled by, among other players, Blake Boudreau there on the right side on pursuit. A gain of only 2 yards on the play.
They'd rather have Bidgood throw than run. I don't think there's any question about that.
Whether that was a throw or not was tough to tell. He was stumbling from the gate.
I think he wanted to if he could, but it's tough down there.
Two-step drop. He is passing. It is a completion and a heads-up play by number 17, Galesian, who reached forward to get the first down.
Galesian did a good job of knowing where he was, John. He slips, but he knows no one touches him, and he can roll forward for the first down. He gets out to the 26-yard line, so that's a first down.
And that's the case where you got a receiver prone on the ground, Tom. He's reaching out with the football to get the first down. And as a defender, you're standing there. You can just slap that ball out of his hand.
I always thought once you're down in high school football, you're down. But I
think he kept his one hand on the ground, so he elevated his knees.
Yeah.
Up the middle and tackled shortly after the line of scrimmage is Josh David.
No, they had us all fooled. Bidgood with the run. He gets out to the 34-yard line.
I swear they have a fake football down there. 2 footballs out there.
It looked that way, didn't it? That's a good fake.
It was a great fake, and Bidgood had it the whole time.
So a 2nd and 2 for the Owls. From there,
gets it to the 34-yard line. They need to get to the 41. 2 yards to go. 2 tough yards here for Timberlane. If they don't make it this far in their own end, they'll probably punt. So it's a key play, trailing by 10 points here with a minute and a half or so to go in the first quarter. Bidgood's going to handle it off, and it is close to a first down. Falling forward, Anthony Gillis looks like he may have made it with the spot. That second effort by Gillis was crucial to get the first down.
Very close.
They want to measure it.
Now, we did an interesting game while you were away, Guertin and Alvern, where Alvern was dying for measurement. They did not get one. Referee's discretion.
Well, the referee eyeballed it for quite a bit before indicating first down. I think it was no way it wasn't a first down based on where the first down marker was. The official wanted to make sure it took his time to eyeball it, and it is a 1st and 10 for Timberlane at the 36-yard line. Bidgood, yes. The I formation in motion now goes David. He's going to drop to his left. He throws it up high, and it's over the intended receiver's head, Josh David, who went in motion out of the backfield. And even with a head of steam, he couldn't catch up to that ball. Bidgood, maybe too much adrenaline on that throw. Put some air under it, and he has the wind at his back, I do believe. That didn't help on that play. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Bidgood's got a pretty live arm, does the quarterback for Timberlane. He's a senior.
He's their best weapon, I think, John.
Pitches now to Joshua David. He puts the brakes on to avoid one tackler, but then he gets gang tackled just behind the line of scrimmage.
Well,
Great
BG
pursuit.
with their defensive speed. That's, if you ask me what a trademark of their program has been over the years, it's been their speed on defense. And if you've got defensive speed like they do, very tough to run wide when you've got those kind of athletes that can run laterally and get in the backfield quickly. And now the Owls, someone is going to call a timeout. Let's see who it is. Going to be
officials want an injury timeout.
Yep.
On the field.
Yeah, I think that's Boudreau coming off the field, isn't it? Blake Boudreau, who plays linebacker.
It looked like he had a hand injury. He indicated maybe he got sliced on the hand. He's getting treated for that on the sideline now. So it's back to the action on the field. 3rd and 11 for Timberlane. Bidgood, straight drop, 2 steps. He's going to be hit as he throws. It's tipped, and it is intercepted by BG. Tackled at the 40-yard line. Heads up play, number 40 for BG is Nolan Cornell, who was in his right spot in the secondary, and the tip pass came right to him. He didn't miss it. Nolan Cornell tackled at the 40. So it was a good pass rush and a great job of coverage by the BG secondary to produce the turnover. It's spotted at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
Well, that time the pressure that Guertin had early on in that play tipped the ball at the line of scrimmage. I also think they got a hand on David's arm.
Yep.
And that caused the tip, and it caused the interception.
Fahey He's going to throw his first pass of the game. The man is covered, but he catches it anyway. Out of bounds.
Yeah, is he in
after
bounds?
the catch?
Yes, he is.
A completion to Chartrand down the right sideline. Nate did a great job of concentrating, seeing it into his hands, and staying in bounds. First and goal to go for BG.
Wow, that's just a huge play. And Chartrand is a player who I think has had a good year quietly for Guertin. He's one of their clutch receivers. They don't throw as much as they used to, but he's a guy who can put up some numbers in the air for the Cardinals, especially with Fahey at quarterback.
And credit Fahey with putting that ball where nobody else but Chartrand could have caught it. Excellent pass and catch. Sets up BG for what could be their third score of the game. Up the middle, good scrum by Timberlane to resist the running play that produced a touchdown last time right up the middle.
Well, they got penetration up the middle, and Fahey did a good job. He didn't force the pitch. He knew he was in trouble, and he held on to the football.
Yes, they can reset here easily and try again.
First and goal, second and goal from the Timberlane 9-yard line.
Timeout.
That's the end of the quarter, John.
That's the end of the
16
quarter.
to 6.
And at the end of the first quarter,
Shaky start for BG, but
here at Stellos Stadium,
they're right where they want to be at the end of the first quarter here at home in their opening round playoff game. They're ahead by 10 points with the ball knocking on the door for another score possibly here to begin the second quarter.
Special Olympics to again, NHIAA.
As you look at that beautiful shot of Stellos Stadium, we get upstairs, Tom.
Tim O'Neill.
Tim O'Neill manning our lens here on Nashua's ETV. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. Pleased to be bringing you this home playoff game. Bishop Guertin against Timberlane. And I would imagine BG will get to host the string.
Yes, they'll be here. This is it, the top seed. They've got it all the way through the playoffs. So if they win today, they're here next Saturday at 1. Mark your calendar.
Winner of what game?
Dover Spalding. BG Dover would be a fitting championship game. I think they've clearly been the best two teams in Division II this year. BG winning a 21-6 game on the road at Dover earlier in the year. That basically gives them this home field advantage.
Of course, on the Division I side, we have our home Nashua teams
South at
away.
Exeter, so they're away. And so if South pulls an upset, they'd be in a championship game, but likely wouldn't be at home. It would probably be at Pinkerton Academy if Pinkerton wins today.
I understand there's a chance we might travel for that one, so let's stay tuned on.
Might have a doubleheader.
Nashua South. Oh.
Might have a doubleheader. We'd be in two places.
BG trying to improve on their 16-6 lead as we begin play in the second quarter here at Mata Field at Stellos Stadium. Is now looking away from the sun is Bob Fahey, the quarterback. He's got man in motion, takes the handoff, somehow eludes the first tackler.
I think there was
Zach
a little.
Mayu is
I think there was a
tackled.
little snap problem there, delaying the handoff. Mayer wasn't able to get that running start that he normally gets, and he only gets a couple of yards down in the 7-yard line.
Well, you know what that means, Tom. It's third down and goal for BG, so they're going to have to make a decision here, especially if they don't get close enough for maybe an easy 1 or 2 yard run. This is a key play. In other words, 3rd and 7. Goal to go for BG. They have a receiver split wide left. There goes Mayu in motion. And the handoff is up the middle and wrapped up almost immediately. Nolan Cornell stopped.
The Owls doing a good job.
Bill Joyce on the tackle.
Doing a good job up the middle. They've really, I mean, you notice that quarterback play.
Yeah.
The loss up the middle where that penetration came. They are penetrating the middle of the Guertin line all of a sudden. And now Guertin's got to decide what they want to do here. They're going to probably try to go for 3.
They're going to go for 3.
So multiple scoring opportunities for the Cardinals. All sorts of ways to score on the field today. Touchdown, field goal, safety. Let's see if they get this with Chris Fox, who basically, when you're in this close, they'll go to Fox for a field goal. When they're out further, they'll use Toscano, who has a stronger leg.
Ball's down, the kick is up, and it is 3 points.
It's a 21-yard field goal, looked like.
It's a 19-6 BG lead with that field goal by Fox. They have scored every possible way. They have a touchdown, a safety, extra points, and now a field goal.
Multi-dimensional, but of course it's still a 2-score game. They would have loved to have gotten in 6 points with that golden opportunity off the interception.
So we credit Timberlane for tightening up the middle. Whatever they did wrong when they got burned by that long run straight up the gut by Mayu for the touchdown last time. They were able to make some corrections and stop a few up the middle running plays by BG on that attempted drive for a touchdown.
And that was the key.
So we are just underway here in the second quarter, and BG enjoying a 19-6 lead. We'll kick it off with the luxury of having two kickers, one to go long and one to go short. Toscano back on the field to do the kicking off here from his own 40. And it is an end over end near the sideline. It's going to be fielded there by Ryan McCarthy, who finds the sideline, and he finds a flag that flew, and that might be a late hit out of bounds. We'll have to wait and see, which would be bad news for Bishop Guertin on the cover.
And Ryan McCarthy on a 15-yard return. Flag on the play.
Block in the back against the return team. So I was wrong. It was a penalty against the return team. So that's going to push Timberlane back a bit. Ten from the end of the run. So from wherever
10 yards from the point of the foul.
McCarthy went out of bounds, they're going to push it back to the 17. First and 10 for the Owls from their 17, trailing by 13 points.
A lot of Evan Bidgood, I would imagine, in the air, although they hand off the first play here. You wonder how patient, John, Timberlane is going to be on offense. I think one of the big things they've had since all the turnovers and is the field position. It has not, since that safety, it has not been there for them. So they have to be careful with the football,
or the hole will get deeper. Evan Bidgood passes incomplete. It was intended for Ryan McCarthy. It was a forward pass, just barely. And 3rd and 7 from deep in their own end, on their own 20. Timberlane finding themselves challenged here on offense to come up with something big to keep the drive alive and try to put a dent into this 13-point BG lead. Bidgood up under center. He does pass a lot, but they don't do the shotgun. Joshua David in motion. Rolling to the right is Bidgood. He fires. It is complete to Josh David at the 36-yard line.
I don't know if that pass was intended for Josh David or not. You know that?
I had two Timberlane receivers. The other one was McCarthy, who were right in the line of fire.
McCarthy's hands. I think he got a finger on it, and it went into David's hands after that. I think once the ball was off McCarthy's hands, Guertin relaxed a little bit, and then David was able to make that catch.
It made it an easier catch for McCarthy. Not easier difficulty-wise, just physically. I mean, it was a difficult play to complete for BG, for Timberlane there. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, nothing there as Timberlane continues to try to probe the edges, Tom, with that BG defensive speed. It's just not there.
Well, they've got to shut down Timberlane's running game. Force the ball into Bidgood's hands. Otherwise, Bidgood becomes more dangerous with the pass when he doesn't have to throw. The key is to stop David on the ground and then go from there.
2nd and 12. That was a huge play a while ago when they converted that first down. Bidgood's pass to David, who's got the ball now. He stays on his feet, gets out of bounds to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be 4 yards short of a first down. So let's see if
Third and 4.
3rd and 4. Let's see if they can convert again. You would imagine that Bidgood is going to go back up top here.
And you wonder, do they feel down 19-6 that this is 2-down territory near midfield?
Richard Guzlezian is the receiver who is split wide near side. McCarthy's up top. Straight drop, Bidgood completes it to David for a first down over the middle, a short-handed pass.
What cool move by Bidgood. He is under intense pressure on a blitz, and he fires it over the middle. He stays in the pocket, kept his cool. One of the better plays you'll see by a high school quarterback.
He threw a nice dart right over the middle.
He sure did, and he knew he got rid of it right at the right time. And there's no question who his favorite target is right now. It's Josh David.
Who was built like a tight end, and he was short-handed on that reception. So right at midfield, 1st and 10 for the Owls. They'll go right back to the air. That one was overthrown, intended for Galesian.
Yeah, fasten your seatbelts and plan on being here for a while because they're going to throw. That's going to be their modus operandi from now on.
There's a couple of times that he's had Galesian over there, but wasn't able to just throw it low enough. Galesian's not the shortest receiver on the field either, I say that.
After 1 period of play.
So back to the line of scrimmage, probably back to the air for Bidgood. 2nd and 10 for the Timberlane Owls. Handing it off up the middle. Not much there though for number 42, Gillis.
Nice call. I like that call by the Timberlane coaching staff to do the draw play after so many throws by Bidgood. Guertin thinking pass, and now they all of a sudden had to reverse and think run, but good tackling to prevent a huge gain. I would have had David on that play. He's got more speed than the other back.
I'll give you some credit for liking a play that went nowhere.
Well, I got 3 yards, you know, but I like the call.
Bidgood over the middle is complete for the first down. What a terrific job. His first reception of the game for Ephraim Rollon. He's really liking that over-the-top pass, Tom. It doesn't say here how tall that Evan Bidgood is, but
about 6'3".
He looks it. He looks like he's at least 6'3", and he's been throwing some darts right over the top of everybody. There was another one, and he's got to have a lot of confidence that he could maybe complete those all day. Bidgood, 3-step drop, throws it way up top, and it's going to be drifting out of bounds, intended for McCarthy. Flag flies.
Now, this could be one of those calls on a face guard, but
defensive pass interference. You know, that's the positive when you throw a ball up like that. You can draw a penalty, just as we just saw there.
But I would argue that that ball wasn't catchable because it was out of bounds. But they say it doesn't matter. Is that that must be a difference between Federation and an NFL? Yep.
Head of officials Steve Hall's up here, and he's giving Tom the final word. There's not too many people Tom wouldn't argue with. Steve Hall's one.
I argue with the rule, not the call, because obviously that's what that's the call. But if the ball is out of bounds,
yeah, that was not catchable.
No. So why would they call face guarding on a non-catchable ball? But that's the rule. It's not at the spot of the foul. It's a 15-yard penalty, remember, John. So
it is a first down, though.
So it is a first down.
Timberlane has come up with some big plays to keep this drive alive, with Bidgood going to the air each time. He'll hand this one off, and it's a good chunk of change on first down for Joshua David.
Yeah, he got about 5 down to the 17-yard line.
I said David's building a tight end. He's not. He's just a running back size, but he's playing that big, though, today, catching it and running it. So it is a 2nd and 5 for the Owls, as Galesian splits wide right and McCarthy near left. Bidgood is going to pass, rolls to his right with pressure, throws it incomplete, intended for Galesian near the right corner of the right pylon.
John, I'm waiting for Guertin to get a sack and get some huge pressure on Bidgood. I think they need to get him a little bit more cautious about it. He's gunslinging right now. And I think the way you beat a gunslinger is you take him to the turf.
And I think
they're getting pressure. They're getting there, but he's getting rid of the ball very quickly.
Yes.
I think they need to get there just that much quickly if they want to make a play. Big play here, 3rd and 5.
But as Tom, you said, 2-down territory probably.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Has it. He's going to keep it. He's rolling to the right. He's got the first down, and as he goes out of bounds, and another first down for Timberlane, and I believe he got the first down before the 10-yard marker.
Yeah, nice decision.
No, right at it.
Yeah, that's a first down. Nice
might be
decision.
goal to go here. It
Nice
was a great
decision
decision.
by Bidgood.
You know what? I don't know if that was a decision, though. He looked like he was intending to run from the get-go as he rolled to his right. He really had his head down and the ball tucked early. Either way, it's a terrific play.
Yeah, they dropped the chains, so it should be first and goal from the 10-yard line.
They got to go the full 10. Things looking up for Timberlane after a tough first and second quarter to this point. David's tripped up immediately. Gets maybe a half yard. Joshua David.
Yeah, he got more than that. He got inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. So you got to give him a yard and a half.
Yeah. 2nd and 8 will be the placement. As Timberlane works their way into the tall shadows that border the Nashua River.
David
here.
to throw the football to his left with the wide open space.
Quick throw over the middle, and it was intended for roll-on.
Yeah, a lot of bodies there. You know, anybody's progress was impeded with the log jam of bodies. So David luckily threw that pass high.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could have been picked off.
You could see the BG defenders committing quickly.
Yeah, they're committing quickly because he's getting rid of the ball quickly.
Right. They know that they don't have to worry about a double move.
Yeah, and I, don't think unless he runs around back there, they're not going to get the pressure they need to get.
If he had time for a double move, you're going to talk about a guy being wide
Timberlane's offensive line, John, is playing an excellent football game up to this point.
Bidgood. 4-step drop's going to throw a screen to the right.
Touchdown.
And into the end zone. Joshua David, what a play call and what a play by Timberlane.
See, I think if you're Guertin defensively, you've got to know where Josh David is every point. You've got to have a man assigned to him. You cannot play zone and let him go flood around. He's got to be watched. So
did
that's
he get the first touchdown too?
Yes, he did on the run.
Yeah, so that's 2 touchdowns for Joshua David. As Tom said, big weapon. Bidgood and David now is tallied twice for Timberlane. We're back in this football game.
Very much so. Now they're going to call timeout. A decision whether they have enough players on the field for the extra point, whether they want to kick it or whether they want to go for 2 here. If I were them, I would just go for the extra point.
Yeah, it'll make it a 6-point game.
Right.
So I think they definitely should go for the extra point here. 5-point game won't help much.
Please be reminded that for the safety of our players, coaches, and officials, no fans are allowed onto the playing surface at any time, before, during, or after this athletic contest.
One of our observers up here in the booth noticed that there was only 10 guys in the huddle for the defensive huddle for BG.
There's a break for the Cardinals with Timberlane calling timeout.
Throw him under the bus, but Nate Chartrand was daydreaming underneath the.
I've seen that a lot this year
pines.
with players on extra points for teams. Not enough players out there or too many players out there.
Well, they did have 11, but Nate was just he wasn't aware of the defensive huddle. Here comes the extra point.
It's an important one too.
And booting it up and through, number 87, Jacob Burke, the junior kicker, tallies for Timberlane. 19-13, a 6-point lead for Bishop Guertin. 6:11 to go in the first half. So BG coming into this game at 7-1, the big favorite to win the semifinal game, and it is not an easy road right now for BG. Only up by 6 points with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Timberlane came up with a nice stop after a drive for BG, stopped short of the goal line. They got the field goal, but that was a victory somewhat for Timberlane, who could have been down 25-6. Instead, they hold BG to a field goal and get a touchdown and an extra point of their own. And instead of being down by 19 points, it's a 6-point game. So defense and offense, Timberlane gets themselves back in the game. It's a low squibber. And it's going to be picked up at the 20-yard line on the run by Nick Marino, who makes a nice return out of it. Gets to the 43-yard line, a 24-yard return for Marino, who has scored one of the touchdowns for BG in the game.
BG will take over 1st and 10 for their own 43-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals here. Robert Fahey calling the signals. Keeps it. Fahey making his way through the line. It was a good fake. It took a lot of Timberlane ball tacklers off the ball.
Offensively, John, that was Guertin's problem down here. They needed to get Fahey on track running the football. They weren't able to do that. That would be a big key for them.
9-yard gain for Fahey, bringing it down.
The 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard gain by the Bishop Guertin quarterback.
He has had games where he's had 80 yards on 4 carries, so they need to get back a little bit to that. Now they're at the Timberlane 48-yard line. I think that field goal stopped their momentum to the point where Timberlane is allowed to get back in this game. Here's Boykin.
Boykin bursts through the line. Boykin down the right sideline, cuts it back to the 21-yard line. Boykin with a nice job of eluding a tackle in the backfield and making a huge gain out of it.
Now Boykin eludes tackles almost for a living. That's his job. And he is just a scat back, and that's when they use him that way. They limit his carries a little bit. He's only a sophomore, so you're going to see him probably get a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit taller. And but boy, with the moves he's got, he can do a lot of things. He's a great weapon offensively.
Well, that's exactly what BG's head coach Travis Cody was hoping for in 2nd and 1. Just give it to the playmaker and hope for the best, and they got the best there. A huge gain down to the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Fahey, on a busted play, is going to get tackled in the backfield.
Bob Fahey tackled in the backfield by number 54.
Looked like that suddenly everybody just defriended him on Facebook. He was just lost in the backfield there.
That's the way it is.
Couldn't find anywhere to go with it. So this will make it a bit more challenging for BG. And again, Timberlane's thinking, hey, let's hold them to a field goal.
Sure.
It worked the last time. They held BG to 3, and they got 7 of their own. So instead of being down by 19, it's a 6-point game at the moment.
Well, it's important for BG momentum-wise to come away with points, one way or the other.
19-13, BG leads. Straight drop for Fahey. He's flushed out of the pocket, throws an interception. Timberlane down the left sideline. There's nobody in front of Ephraim Roland, who is going to go the distance. Ephraim Roland, the 10, the 5, touchdown, and it is a tie game, 19-19. A flag flies for unsportsmanlike after the score. We'll see which team that's against. It may be against the BG player to add insult to injury. So it is going to be a big turn of events here.
My. You saw him in trouble, and when he reached his arm back to throw, I said, don't do it. That's when the trouble starts, is when your quarterback is under pressure. And boy, was he under pressure.
I believe that is a dead ball foul.
Well, let's see.
The flag flew well after Ephraim Roland.
Steve Hall thinks they're calling it a live ball foul, so we'll see. The unsportsmanlike, who would it have been on?
I thought it was on number 72 for BG. Bill Collins actually was on, I think it was number 72. Not having the luxury of replay here, we're going to have to...
what a turn of events. I mean, I never would have expected the way Guertin came back with 19 points to have Timberlane stay in this football game. What a great credit to the Owls. Never quitting. But 2 Guertin turnovers. The great equalizer in high school sports or in any football game, turnovers. They'll take you from 7-1 right down to 4-4 if you're not careful.
I don't know if my apologies to Bill Collins if it wasn't him, but that's my brother's name, and I'm just instinctively I just throw him under the bus at any opportunity. Older brother Bill Collins. We're with long powwow here with the officials to filter out what happened. But I got to say that flag flew well after Roland crossed the goal line with the pick 6.
And it should probably be enforced on the kickoff, I would think.
They're talking to Timberlane's offensive captain here, who is number 1,
they
McCarthy.
Have their choice whether it should go on the
infraction.
Personal foul, Guertin. Touchdown is good.
Enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, there we go.
And a touchdown for Timberlane.
And now for the lead. Now, just an impatient move by Fahey. Didn't want to take the sack. Tried to saw something, tried to get rid of the ball. Couldn't put anything on it. It's a mistake that.
This is for a 1-point lead
now look
for
at this.
Timberlane.
Yep.
Flag flies.
They had a
before the
setup.
snap.
They had a setup with someone over center. It looked like from here.
Prior to the snap.
No.
False start against Timberlane.
So it'll be making a more challenging extra point after the touchdown here for the Timberlane kicker, Jacob Burke.
And this is a big extra point.
Yes. 19-19 is the score as Burke tees it up to try to get the go-ahead point. 4:02 left in the first half.
Which in essence is a 25-yard attempt.
And the 25-yarder is good. 20-19, Timberlane shockingly leads BG with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Timberlane benefiting from 2 huge turnovers. One on the opening kick, they scored a touchdown. They missed the extra point, or it was blocked, to take a 6-0 lead. There was a danger for Timberlane at one point to go down here in this game, 23-6. Instead, they held BG to a field goal, marched down the field, got 7 points of their own. BG took the ball, was driving, a healthy, solid drive underway, when Fahey dropped back to pass, got flushed out of the pocket, threw an interception to Ephraim Rollon, who was waiting to run down the left sideline untouched. Despite the false start on the point after, they were able to kick it through from 25 yards, and it's Timberlane leading 20-19 with 4 minutes to go in the first half. BG had to feel like they were about to open up a huge gap and run away with this game when they got stopped for that field goal, and then shockingly giving up 14 straight points. They trail 20-19 after leading 19-6 and threatening to go up by 2 or 3 scores. This kick is going to be over everybody. And so with the wind at his back, Burke really able to boom it. And it's a touchback. 1st and 10 for BG at their 20. And they've got to be reeling after one drive got stopped short of the goal line and another ended with a interception returned for a touchdown. John Collins with Tom King. You are watching Nashua's ETV broadcast of New Hampshire High School boys football. It's Division II. BG, the favorite, prohibitive coming into this game, find themselves trailing 20-19 as they take it 1st and 10 at the 20. Fahey's going to keep it. He runs behind some blockers, twisting and turning for a first down and much more. Gets it out to the 37-yard line. That is a 17-yard gain. Fahey.
1st and 10 for Bishop Guertin from their 37-yard line.
1st and 10. He didn't chance any kind of an interception there, just tucked it under his arm and kept it with great effect. Fahey's going to hand this ball off up the middle, disappearing into a pile of Timberlane tacklers. Zach Mayu among the tacklers for the Owls. Sean Clemens, the senior defensive back. Going to call it a gain of, let's see, about 5 on the play. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for Bishop Guertin.
Who's the ball carrier on that play?
It's Mayu, 5 yards. Up the middle it goes. Again for BG, staying on his feet. Fahey did a great job of faking me out again with the fake handoff up the middle, but he followed his teammate, who I thought had the ball. 5 yards for Fahey. So a couple of quarterback keepers on this drive. Good enough to get the ball close to midfield. They'll go 1st and 10 from the 48. Fahey calling the signals. Hands it off. Untouched down the middle goes Nolan Cornell. Cornell breaks it to the left sideline to the 25. Muscle to the ground, but not until after a huge gain to the 22-yard line.
Big game, a big, huge gain by Cornell down to the 22. He bounced outside. Doesn't quite have the Boykin speed. If that's Boykin, he's gone.
1st and
but Cornell with a great run nonetheless.
Nobody was keying on Nolan Cornell on that play. He was untouched for most of the run. And it's a great field position situation again for Bishop Guertin.
30-yard run for Cornell.
1st and 10 at the 22. Quick count on the snap count, and it's up the middle. 24, Nick Marino, plowing his way up the middle. And he gets maybe 3 or 4. They will spot it at the 19.
19, yeah, long 3 for Marino.
So 2nd and 7. Handoff. Fahey keeps it, and he breaks through a seam. He is tackled near the first down marker. Bob Fahey, good decision on the option keeper. He's able to get it down to the.
If I'm them,
11.
If I'm them,
it is the first down.
I keep Fahey with the option, but I ask him not to pitch because I don't want the turnover. I want him carrying the ball all the way through.
The pitch gives you a chance at a huge game, but he's making plenty of yardage as it is.
Yeah, it also gives you a chance for a turnover.
Right. Handoff up the middle into heavy traffic.
Yeah, see, I don't want that. I don't want the. Timberlane has managed to find a way to stop that up the middle run.
He ran into the waiting arms of Dylan Braun, number 50, and also number 51, Corey Saltalamakia. Now, how do I know how to pronounce that name so well? Saltalamakia lost a battery mate.
Sure did.
Jonathan Papelbon leaves for the Phillies.
We got a whistle.
Timeout, Bishop Guertin.
BG. Well,
1:14 remaining in the first half. BG.
Let me play offensive coordinator.
Trails 2019. Go ahead.
I want Fahey carrying the ball. I want Fahey running wide, and I want him carrying the ball. Or I want the ball in Boykin's hands wide, because I think Boykin can evade tacklers down here. I don't want to run the ball up the middle. You're not going to get anywhere that way. Timberlane's already prepared for it. If you want to try play action, go that route. So I either go Fahey, Boykin, play action.
Let me guess what play you don't want to see. A scramble and a throw off the back foot.
Oh, that's for sure.
Anything but that. That's what got them into this predicament.
If I'm the Guertin offensive coordinator.
Yes.
If I'm Timberlane's defensive coordinator, I'd love to see it.
Right.
What Fahey has to do is, if he's under pressure, is if he can throw the ball out of bounds without grounding it or take the sack. But there will be pressure unless he uses play action. Timberlane's line play in this football game has been very good. They have withheld Guertin enough so that they're able to have a 1-point lead at this point with 1:14 to play here in the first half, 20-19.
Tom,
it's all because they don't play up front.
A field goal here would be good enough for the lead, but would it be good enough?
Any points in this game right now, I think it is, but it's close.
2nd and 9. Fahey hands it
off.
off. Cornell finds a seam. He spins to about the 5.
He doesn't have that speed, that breakthrough speed. So that was more of a hole than I thought would be, but now you've got a 3rd down play coming up, 3rd and 4.
Well, that was the play he broke for 30 the last time. Sean Grenier.
Which is why they ran it.
The sophomore defensive end for Timberlane made a touchdown-saving tackle there for the Owls. Ball spotted right on the 5. And
3rd and 4 from the 5.
They can get a first down without getting a touchdown, obviously, if they get it to the 1.
39 seconds left. The clock's a factor here, John.
Did they get a delay of game?
Yeah, there's a flag down, and you had to run in with the play. It could be a delay of game, and then you're looking more and more at 3 points.
They seem to be in real hurry-up mode suddenly, and I don't know if they were trying to fight the game clock. That'd be a huge penalty.
That's a false start.
Yeah.
False start. They tried to get the ball off quickly to beat the play clock, Tom, and that cost them big. So it's back to 3rd and 9. So that nullifies the Cornell run. It's like a loss of down.
Yeah, loss of down and on the run and everything else. So it's not a very good play.
Fahey has thrown one brilliant pass to Nate Chartrand in this game. Let's see if they might go back to him here on 3rd and 9. Fahey calling the signals. Runs into Cornell, pitches it to Mayu, who's hit in the backfield and down.
Yeah, they're running fade to the short side of the field. If I were Guertin, I would have tried to use the wide side and Boykin's speed because he's so elusive. Instead, they run to the short side and the wrong guy, Mayu, on an option pitch. Just not the play I would have wanted to go with as he loses a yard.
Mayu did get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not quite.
Like.
He got down. Maybe he
Well,
lost a
he
yard.
lost a half yard at least.
So
Fourth
it's
down.
4th and 10.
Yeah,
and I think they're going to have to kick the field goal here with 4.1 seconds left. I don't think it's a no. I think it's a no-brainer. They got to go for the field goal.
The field goal unit is on the field. Steven Toscano, though, with the longer leg.
Should be a 19-yard, a 28-yard attempt. 29 or 28-yard attempt. 28 yards from where
28 where they're spotting it. So twice now, BG has come down to about the 10, the 5, and come up empty or for a touchdown.
Timberlane's good interior line play, but when you've got that wide side of the field and you've got a Boykin on your team, I want the ball in his hands in open space.
How are they going to stop that, you wonder, right?
Exactly. This is tough because it's an angle kick for Toscano.
It's up.
It's good.
Did a nice job of angling it from left to right. A right-footed kicker, not an easy play for Steve Toscano, but he gives his team a 2-point lead. The difference, a safety that BG got earlier in the first half.
What a great football game,
expires.
John Collins.
It's terrific.
It's exceptional. This is great stuff.
It might make up for one of those Pinkerton games we did.
Yeah, exactly.
22-20 at halftime. John Collins with Tom King. Tim O'Neill on camera with that great shot of the Stellos Stadium scoreboard. Come back with us for exciting second half action on Nashua's ETV.
Personal foul? Inactive activities on a glorious day.
Huh?
Let's get out there and play!
Sweet. Ooh, freeze!
When do I get to be it? Uh-oh.
Hey, Reggie, frozen people can't talk.
P-L-A-Y!
An hour a day.
I'm it. There are lots of great play ideas online, but don't stay too long.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua for second half action. Bishop Guertin, as you see them there in the joyful pre-play huddle, are leading this game, but just barely. 22-20 in the semifinal home game here against the Timberlane Owls, who have capitalized on a couple of turnovers in a huge way, Tom King.
Wow, they're down in yardage, almost double to Bishop Guertin, but the Cardinals are only up by 2 points because of 2 turnovers. The interception return for a touchdown and the opening kickoff fumble by C.J. Boykin that led to 31 yards of pay dirt for Timberlane in 4 plays.
Yeah, the numbers you cited were astounding.
Yeah, 242 to, I think, to 120 in terms of yardage. Just double, just about double. So, because Guertin has got over 200 yards on the ground the way they're running the football.
If it were not for a safety,
if not for a safety, we'd be tied. And if I'm Travis Cody, I'm saying, okay, all we need to do is keep doing what we're doing offensively. Just not turn the ball over. Defensively, we have got to get to the quarterback, and the ball comes off the tee, and they'll have to do it again. We've got to get to the quarterback. We can't let Bidgood pick us apart. He's got 75 yards through the air in the first half, but we also have to put a body on Josh David. And I'm not happy with the way that, if I'm Travis Cody, with the way Timberlane's hung in there at the line of scrimmage, because.
Yeah.
But you know, especially on defense, especially offensively, they've been able to push them around a little bit. So the same, and protect David. I think they're more in a pass blocking mode than they are in a run blocking mode, or protect Bidgood. But
Steve,
all these little subtle adjustments that are going to be made at the half. It was a much different game in the second half than it was in the first half when these two teams played earlier in the year. And there's an opening for a possible long return.
Steve Toscano's kick just barely stayed in bounds, and Ryan McCarthy makes a 17-yard return out of it. So a healthy field position for Timberlane to begin
no
the
doubt
second
about
half.
it. Great field position for Timberlane to begin that second half, where they should have been knocked back around the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Owls at their 37. If you missed the first half, you missed a wild first half. There was everything: safety, field goals, touchdowns, interception returns for touchdown. Evan Bidgood is going to hand it off up the middle, and a big burst of speed for a first down run. Anthony Gillis gets at least 10, maybe 11 or 12 on that carry.
Gillis is a tough runner. He's a stand-up runner. He's bigger than David is. Doesn't run as low to the ground, and he gets a good acceleration with a nice hole to the right side. Timberlane, I tell you, these coaches make adjustments. They see things from up top at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if they made the right adjustment here. Right now, it sure looks like it with an 11-yard gain right off the bat.
A lateral pass to David. He is to the 50 and maybe the 49, that's all. Good job on pursuit by Bishop Guertin's number 11, Nate Chartrand, who got in there and busted that play up early. They do gain yard and a half. They'll call it 2nd and 9 from just shy of the 50. That was an 11-yard run on the first play from scrimmage by Gillis. It's a yard gain on the lateral pass, a running play for Timberlane to David. The pitch is to David. He gets through the right side to about the 45-yard line. On 2nd down and long, they get about 5 or 6 on the play, and it's going to be a 3rd and 3. Ball's at the 45-yard line.
A nice, healthy 6-yard run.
Yeah. So, no passes yet by Bidgood.
Got to shut that running game down and force Bidgood to throw.
The home crowd lets themselves be heard. It's a 3-step drop and a quick completion to McCarthy. He had a knee down, so he is down, but it is a 1st down for the Owls.
I'll tell you, John, that is what is hurting Guertin defensively is Bidgood, his quick drop releases. He is really timing that well.
He's throwing some accurate darts. He's using his 6'3" frame. He's not wasting any time in getting rid of it. And it's been a nice offensive weapon for the Owls. It's a wonder they haven't used more of that during the season. 2-step drop, Bidgood fakes, double moves, going to go deep down the left sideline, and he's overthrowing his intended receiver, number 17, Richard Gulesian.
Lucas Lansing on the coverage. Pass is incomplete.
If I'm the Cardinals right now, I'm looking to try to get a turnover. Trying to get that momentum back. Because right now, even though they're up 2 points, even though they're trailing 2 points, you have to say the momentum is with Timberlane. No one expected it to be this close at halftime after Guertin, especially after Guertin had 19 unanswered points.
Huge drive here to open the second half.
Yeah,
rolling, it's a design running play for Bidgood, who is first down and more. He's to the 20, he's cutting it back inside to the 10. Evan Bidgood.
Great play by Evan Bidgood.
Evan Bidgood showing himself to be one heck of a quarterback in this game, running it and throwing it.
1st and 10.
And that's going to be 1st and goal to go, just inside the 10-yard line.
That's a 30-yard run by Bidgood.
I wasn't quite convinced that the momentum was on Timberlane's side. Now I am, Tom. It's a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, I was after I saw those first 2 plays from scrimmage, the way that Guertin wasn't able defensively to stop them.
Evan Bidgood has Gulesian split wide right. He hands it up off the middle. David refusing to go down until he gets to about the 6-yard line.
Pass the 6 down to the 5-yard line.
I like that effort by David. Really pushed ahead. Wasn't going to be denied positive yardage.
2nd and goal from the 6 now for Timberlane. They went right up the middle with that running play. Got a pretty extensive playbook to Timberlane. Multi-dimensional. They can run it, they can throw it. The quarterback can do both. He rolls out, looking to pass under pressure. Bidgood's going to be sacked the first time in the game.
That's the
BG
play.
Got to him.
That's the play they needed to make. Unfortunately for Guertin, Timberlane is that close. If that had happened up at midfield, it could have been a drive stopper.
It's going to be 3rd and long now. 3rd and about 16 to get the touchdown. Bidgood's going to have to fire this one into the end zone.
3rd and 16.
Or could be 2-down territory if he wants to throw it around the 5. I'm thinking pass though, Tom. Somebody with as good an arm as Bidgood got rather gingerly after that heavy hit there by Kevin Kizuk.
They really got to watch where Josh David is now. Bidgood's going to call time. I think he's going to throw the football, but I think that Timberlane is a position, John, where if they don't get the first down, if they get yardage up towards the 10-yard line, they can kick a field goal and try to take the lead.
You know, and I'm not so convinced that wasn't a strategy.
Around the state, another playoff score.
Because he looked, Bidgood didn't look altogether there physically. He still seems to be a little shaken up from that hit, Tom.
Another key Division I
Made him wanted to give himself a breather.
Well, that
too.
rest will help him.
Yeah.
That's a critical timeout because timeouts in a close game are going to be precious.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, just keep in mind now, Timberlane only has 2 left for this half.
Number 4, Evan Bidgood. You can see him there in the left side of the Timberlane huddle. He's been kind of rocking and holding his sides with both hands in that timeout. And it was after he was double teamed on the sack, really, a few minutes ago now. He looks none the worse for wear now as he takes his team up to the line.
Huge play in this football game.
3rd and 16. Bidgood sprints to the right. Heavy pressure, throws back against the grain to David, off his fingertips, incomplete. Coverage there by Blake Boudreau, blanketing David. He was not open.
If I'm the Owls, I go for a field goal here. You think it's probably going to be about a 33-yard attempt. Looking at Berkey, I think he's got the
Into
leg.
the wind.
Yeah, the wind's not a factor right now, though, I don't think.
It's enough to blow the ball off the tee.
That's true. But look at the trees right now.
They're going for it.
Yeah.
The field goal, that is.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Drama.
You like it. You're arguing the point.
No, yeah, I'm being devil's advocate, though. I want to see him kick it.
All right, it's going to be a 34-yard attempt here.
Yep. One of the longer attempts that we have had on our broadcast this year on Nashua TV. A 34-yard attempt, and none bigger than this one because it could give Timberlane the lead, trailing 22-20 with 8 minutes and change left in the 3rd quarter. This ball is down, the kick is up, and it is no good.
Well, it looked like it was wide. I can never tell from up here, but it must have been wide to the right.
Had to be wide to the right. It had the distance clearly, but it missed the right upright, to the right. BG takes over at the 16, the 20.
The 20.
After 3, 10-0 after 3 quarters.
The handoff is up the middle. A rugby scrum there. Looks like a 5-yard gain. Willing and bulling his way for the 5 yards was Blake Boudreau. And it'll bring up I'll call it a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
They'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Cardinals on their own 24-yard line. Updating score after 3 periods of play. The Exeter Blue Hawks lead the Purple Panthers of South 10-0.
You might have heard in the background as we videotape this that the Division I game is going on, and Nashua South finding themselves behind by 10 after 3 quarters. On the Division II side, it was a 2013 lead Dover at halftime over Spalding.
And they're having a tight game there too. Both favorites lead, but the opposition is the underdogs are in the game. And here we go now, maybe with about a tough 2.5 yards, maybe 3 yards. So this is going to be
a key 3rd and 4.
Right, because I think Guertin's defense, they have a lot of two-way players. I think their defense is getting tired. It's on the field an awful long time.
Fahey's going to throw it. He's looking right. He's under pressure. He's sacked.
Yeah, that never had a chance once he did the play action. It didn't fool anybody.
6-yard loss on the play as he was enveloped by the Timberlane pass rush. So on a key 3rd and 4, BG loses yards and will have to punt from deep in their own end. They have a 2-point lead that they are clinging to, and it's all momentum for the Timberlane Owls from Plasto right now.
Number 19, Lucas Lansing.
The punt by Lucas Lansing is very high, and it's going to come down inbounds at the 45-yard line.
Great field position for the Owls with Bidgood's arm. They can make up some of that yardage in a hurry.
They sure can.
Yeah.
Bidgood was sacked in the last drive, which was a promising development for the BG defense, which had been picked apart by Bidgood's quick hit passes. They were able to get to him with a nice pass rush on one play that stopped Plasto's high school 11 and forced them to try a long field goal, which was missed. But now right back at it come the Timberlane offense with a chance again to take the lead.
See, John, there's where Timberlane at the line of scrimmage defensively is doing the job despite the numbers. They shut down that Guertin running attack.
Handoff is up the middle. Spinning his way forward after it looks like it might have been close to no gain. Anthony Gillis gets it to the 49.
I thought Gillis ran a great run through the hole. The hole opened up and then it shut down.
Yeah.
He still managed to get 3 yards out of it.
With a spin move. 2nd and 7, just shy of midfield. Evan Bidgood, who has done a good job of mixing
But he
the
was
run and
able
the
to get
pass.
3 yards up. See, that's my point, is Timberlane is pushing Guertin's defense back. Guertin is not winning at the point of attack.
Joshua David was able to get about 4 more.
He got about 5 down to the 46.
And
3rd and a short 2.
And that will bring up a 3rd and 2. The Owls on the Guertin
Kevin
46-yard
Kizik was on the
line.
tackle there, but as you heard not before, David got 6. So it's 3rd and 2 and a situation that Timberlane's been able to convert a number of times. 3rd down yardage.
This is very big.
Will they throw it? Will they run it?
They're
It's a
running
quarterback keeper, and he's got it. That's Evan Bidgood, who had only one defender really to worry about and was able to shed the blocker and make the tackle. John Miller, the sophomore linebacker.
Now just think about
this,
this, John. That was a quarterback keeper straight ahead.
That's an excellent play call.
So that tells you what kind of push Timberlane is getting on their offense from their offensive line.
Also good read by somebody, either the quarterback, the coach, the offensive coordinator. They
are pushing the ball forward.
David in the linebacker areas finally tackled, but after a nice first down carry.
Yeah, defensively, Guertin up front is not winning the battle.
No.
They are losing it.
And you know, that point you made about two-way players and being tired, that might be.
That's an 8-yard run
right now.
Yep. Their defense has been on the field an awful long time in this football game.
Gregory Gulski is going to come out of the game for a substitution here. As Travis Cody, the head coach for BG, may be sensing it's time to make some substitutions, get some fresh legs out there. Bidgood with another keeper. This time he's wrapped up a little more quickly, but it looks like he might have, with that long frame.
He's close. Depends on where they mark the knee. I think they're going to mark the knee back at the 30.
Short of it by inches.
Yep.
Or does the nose find it? They want to measure it? I don't think they're going to measure it. First measurement of the game here. The nose of the ball is beyond the 30-yard marker.
Now let's see if they do call. Did they call for it? That's right there. It's just right there. It was at
They're
the 40.
eyeballing it now.
No, you can't eyeball that. You got to measure that.
The referee's eyeballed it before. He's
Yeah,
going
I
to
know.
call
And
it. No,
I think that's a mistake.
He's going to measure
when they do it.
What's that blue and white color scheme on the line there? What's that all about? Is that for another sport? First down by the nose of the football. 22-20, BG clinging to a 2-point lead. The difference in the game, a safety that was assessed against Timberlane for throwing a forward pass from their own end zone after a punt snap went awry, went over the punter's head into the end zone, and they got to assess the safety. That's the difference in the game. Evan Bidgood pitches it. Gillis, right side, has at least 5-6 yards maybe. Inside the 25-yard line. They will spot it at the 22-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain for the Timberlane fullback, and it's a short yardage situation. This is where BG took a chance by giving it to their playmaker Boykin and got a big gain out of it. Let's see if Timberlane plays around with 2nd and short here in the arm of Bidgood. He's going to hand it off, though. They're playing a conservative, and they get tackled.
He's going to hand it off, and he should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, missing a key tackle there for Guertin. There were a couple of players. James Carver was one of them. He was right there, had a chance to reach out, but couldn't quite reach.
But it was no gain.
David. But Guertin can't settle for no gains. They've got to get losses. That sack was a big play. They've got to get another play like that.
3rd and 2. Bidgood has run it successfully a couple of times in quarterback keepers, but looks like BG stack in the middle. They hand it off to David. He gets to way more than first down
Yeah,
yardage.
this is a key where Timberlane now knows they can run the football. So
Tom,
that is going to make Bidgood even more dangerous with the pass.
could you repeat the records again that we had here?
4-4 for Timberlane, 7-1 for Bishop
Doesn't
Guertin.
look like
The
that.
game
on
at
the field
home
right
at the top seed, and Guertin in a place where Guertin won 27-6.
You're watching the game right now. You couldn't guess which team had the dominant record.
No
because
doubt about it, John.
Timberlane's driving for what could be or should be a go-ahead score here. David bounces off a couple of tacklers, just makes it back to the 15.
Now that's, they have to do that. Guertin needs a big play from the defense.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Because they are losing the momentum battle. It's going to be a scoreless quarter for them with 1:50 to play in the third quarter.
Here's an amazing thing. Bidgood, who has driven down the field several times in the air, has yet to throw a pass in this drive. They have not had to throw a pass in this drive.
Well, that's why they see that they have dominated the line of scrimmage. And that is the difference right now for them.
Hands it off
there's a
to
good
Gillis.
play. Until
and he
then,
is stuck at the line of scrimmage by number 28, John Miller.
Miller with a big, big defensive play.
3rd and long. And Bidgood will finally take it to the air here, I believe.
If I'm Timberlane, you know what I do?
You know what? That last field goal was from 34 yards. And
if I'm Timberlane, I run it again.
Again,
I do a draw.
You'd risk another field goal.
I don't think it's going to be much of a risk.
Bidgood up top, throws it. Man open, McCarthy, 5-10, touchdown, Timberlane.
There you go. Wow.
26-22, no flags on the field. Evan Bidgood with the slant in to Ryan McCarthy, who was untouched, or uncovered, I should say, and Bidgood found him through a strike. The Owls take a 4-point lead with the conversion still to come.
Well, how do you let the receivers open that low?
Too much of a cushion.
Because you had to fear the run. That's why.
Devastating pass play for a touchdown. And run it, and then the strike, the quick strike. They're going to go for 2. Looks like Joshua David getting the direct snap, and he is tackled by John Miller. Great play by John Miller to snuff out that attempted 2-point conversion. They wanted a 6-point lead. Makes mathematical sense. 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. 26-22, the underdog Owls of Timberlane lead this semifinal playoff game. Division II playoff semifinal. BG on their home field. We're leading at one point, 19-6. That was a long time ago, it feels like.
Receiving deep for Bishop Guertin, number 24, Nicholas Marino, and number 21, CJ Boykin.
26-22, Timberlane on top. BG season on the brink here. They need to come back in this fourth quarter in a big way. There is 13 minutes of football to be played here with a minute remaining in the third quarter. Timberlane's going to kick off. They're looking into the but the quarter will soon end, and then BG will be facing in this same direction that you see the Owls facing in now, which is looking into the sun. They didn't really affect them that much. They got the ball down to the long shadows and converted with the quick strike pass from Bidgood to McCarthy to take the lead. The kickoff is tumbling to the ground at the 11-yard line. Up the middle comes Nick Marino to the 30. 18-yard return to the 30. First and 10. The Cardinals, who have been stymied a couple times in a row here on offense, coming up shy of the goal line, having to settle for field goals. Will try to break that streak and take the ball down the field and score a touchdown. It'll take a touchdown to retake the lead, trailing by 4 points, 26-22. Flag flies upon the snap. John Collins with Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, our executive producer is Pete Johnson. The penalty is against the Cardinals. Illegal substitution, and it is going from bad to worse for the moment here for the home team Cardinals. Robert Fahey, the quarterback for BG, has got to lead his team here. Quick snap, and it is up the middle, and not too much there for Guertin. On 1st and 15, they do not get back to the original line of scrimmage. Zach Mayu on the carry, a gain of only 1. Second and 14.
You know, my thinking is you got to be patient in a football game when you're trailing. Try to stick to the running game if you can.
Yeah, you have a whole quarter.
But you know what? If I'm Guertin, they might have to open it up a little bit.
This may be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Because I don't think they really want to give the ball back to Timberlane, not scoring any points in this football game. They've responded every time. So
complete to Chartrand, gain of about 5 or 6, but it is going to be, is he out of bounds? Actually, he was out of bounds much shorter than I thought. So it only gets back to the 31.
Back to the 31. It's a gain of about 4.
Gain of 5, but it's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9.
See, that's only the 2nd completion for Fahey on the day.
Because he went out of bounds, it did stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Fahey gets the play from the sideline. It took a little while, though. They might have to hustle here to beat the play clock.
Remember, Timberlane with 2 timeouts left. Guertin all 3 right now. He's got to snap that quickly.
Straight drop for Fahey over the top. He's hit as he throws it, and the pass is short.
Short-armed it and not able to make the catch, and coming back for Chartrand. And that, if he had caught that ball at the 39, he had a lot of real estate in front of him.
Beachy's going to have to punt here with 8 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter on 4th and 9. And, you know, well, he did short-arm it, Tom, not by choice. He was hit.
He was hit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's one of the things that's going on.
And it's going wrong for BG. Just getting it away was Lansing.
Fumble on a fair catch.
It's a recovery by Timberlane.
Oh, that would have been huge. That would have been huge.
Joshua David is going to say a big thank you to number 50 for Timberlane, Dylan Brand, who pounced on the loose ball and saved his team from a huge turnover.
We've done these playoff games.
0.2 seconds?
It's 0.2. I think it's.
Is that 2 seconds?
I think it's 2. I think it's a full 2. It's
It's
0.2. It's
yeah.
0.2. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's in the 10th column. So that means that it has an effect in that Timberlane's still going in this direction. There's the pitch to David. And he makes his way to the line of scrimmage, and
Flag is down, though.
Flag behind the play. The referee dropped the yellow flag. I believe they might have to replay the. Did they end the quarter after a penalty, or no?
An offensive penalty, yes, they can.
There'll be an untimed down. Okay.
10-yard infraction from the spot of the foul.
So we'll see where the officials mark the 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and then there will be an untimed down to bring an official end to the 3rd quarter.
25-yard line. There will be an untimed down because that infraction occurred when time expired here in the 3rd quarter.
We are in the end of the waning seconds of the 3rd quarter here. The New Hampshire High School Division II boys semifinal between BG in the yellow and the green against Timberlane in the maroon and white. We are in an official timeout to determine where the ball will be spotted after the penalty against BG that will the Owls that will nullify that big running play by David. It's going to be like a 30-yard swing here when they finish spotting this ball from where David ended up and where this ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. It will be 2nd and 20 from the 25. An untimed down here to end the 3rd quarter.
And Timberlane's been pretty disciplined. It's only their 2nd penalty of the football game.
Yeah.
BG, meanwhile, with 5.
Evan Bidgood making a good bid for an upset. He and his Timberlane Owls. Straight drop, looking left, looking right, gets sacked. Loses at least 10 yards on that sack. And when we change sides of the field here to begin the 4th quarter, it's going to be about 3rd and 30 for the Owls, Tom, from their own, or 3rd and about 28 for their own 12.
13. But that's what, see, Guertin John needs the field position game because they're not moving the ball offensively, and defensively they're getting, you know, long drives against them. Timberlane has played from this half in the whole 3rd quarter. This is the first time they've been backed up, even in the game, until that, not including that safety, back this way. So it's, that was a key play. That was the best defensive play for Guertin in this football game, I think. They needed to have that.
Unfortunately, I think we just heard the death knell for the Panthers season with 4 minutes left in the Division I playoff game against Exeter. They're losing 17-0.
Well, I'll tell you what, the bell is starting to toll here for Bishop Guertin.
Down 4 with 12 minutes remaining. The 4th quarter yet to play.
We've done games like this before.
You just don't like the way.
No, you don't, but we've done games like this before where other teams, remember the Keene game we did a few years ago in the Division II semis where Keene had the advantage? Bad punt on a snap, bad snap on a punt. Guertin turns it around, they get a touchdown, and they get another offensive, and they you know, things change when all of a sudden the underdog realizes, ooh, we got a chance here.
You must be taking some memory drugs because I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember that football game.
You remember these games.
It was a great game.
That's why you're sitting there. You've got a good mind for these things.
Yep.
Well, let's see if this is another one for Tom's memory of great games and great finishes. We have a full quarter to play, a 26-22 lead. The Owls find themselves in a difficult spot. 2nd and 28. Handoff to David. He is hit at about the 15. Good defensive pursuit by Bishop Guertin. A host of BG tacklers there, led by Paul Lipari, the senior linebacker, number 44. So it'll bring up 3rd and long. I thought that was
24 at the 16-yard line. They've got to get out to the 40-yard line.
Bidgood got into trouble on that last pass play because he took an unusually long amount of time. Usually he's just been taking 2 steps and throwing darts. Last time he tried to set up. Now he throws a 2-step dart again. It's over the outstretched hands of his receiver, Galesian. You know, Galesian's got to be a little frustrated. He's been open several times and just hasn't been in sync with his quarterback. That's the one receiver that Bidgood doesn't seem to be able to square it up and throw it into the numbers on. He's overthrown him a couple times. That time he threw it too far in front of him.
But here you go. With Timberlane punting.
Anthony Gillis had a snap sail over his head way back in the first half that led to a safety for BG. Gillis gets rid of it. There. Pretty good punt.
Here we go. It's Boykin time.
Boykin catches it at about the 40, dances to the left, down the sideline like a bullet. Clyde Boykin, CJ, steps around another tackler, and he's out of bounds around the 15. We see no flags, and you got to wonder how they let him spring loose like that.
Well, in a short field, what happened was Gillis with a low.
There is a flag. Oh, I got to stand corrected here. I didn't see it.
Is there a flag? Where is it?
Way back at the 50.
Oh, and that hurts. Oh, yes, my goodness.
You felt like it was too good to be true.
Almost.
That Boykin was able to break down the sideline like that. He turned it into a 50, 60-yard dash.
45-yard return it would have been for Boykin down to the 15.
A 60-yard dash or a 50-yard dash. Instead, BG's hopes for a big return dashed.
And their field and they lose the field position that they gained with that defensive drive because now they're back at the 37-yard line probably.
I was going to say what a terrific punt it was.
Well, the
like
thing
Gillis,
is,
who had to just pick it off the ground and get rid of it.
Right, and that's why he ended up kicking it to Boykin, who he really didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So it's a 10-yard penalty. So BG, all right, they're at the 43, but still, what a critical penalty.
Robert Fahey, the quarterback for Bishop Guertin, has his team up to the line. With 11 minutes to go in the game, BG trails by 4. The handoff through the left side of the line, Zach Mayu. He is over the 45-yard line to the 46. Gain of 4, second down, 6 yards to go for Bishop Guertin. They've largely run the ball. They have thrown it a few times to good effect. 2nd and 6. BG trailing by 4. Quick snap, too quick. The officials throw a flag.
Probably a procedure call against BG.
Definitely BG losing the battle of who's got the most penalties.
Just
an illegal procedure against BG. It's a false start.
Bring the ball back to the 42-yard line. A 2nd and 11 from their own 42.
6 penalties for 55 yards.
So that puts them into the negative here. 2nd and 11. Fahey to the line.
Guertin might have to open it up, John, here.
Chartrand split wide to the right.
And that's the thing.
Straight drop. He's got pursuit. It's a middle screen. Hit after he catches it is Boudreau and wrestled to the ground.
What a great play by Timberlane defensively.
William Joyce.
Right there to stop Boudreau.
And he is enthusiastic about his play, to say the least. Got
he
some help.
should be. Stopped a huge potential gain.
Yeah, it was like a gain of 3 or 4. Could have been easily a big breaker had Joyce not been standing there right next to Boudreau to make the tackle.
Think, you know, Guertin's got a weapon, and they've got to use it. He showed it on that run. They've got to get the ball in C.J. Boykin's hands. They need a breakthrough score, and they need it fairly quickly.
He's out there. He's right there, the flanker on the near side of the line. But sprinting, throwing it back to him is Boykin. C.J. has it in the open field to the 50, to the 45, the 40. There goes Boykin, 30, 20. C.J. Boykin. Touchdown! I got to give you a high five on that one, Tom King. And you know what? At the outset of the play, it did not look like they were going to get the ball in C.J. Boykin's hands, and then he got sprung.
Boykin is the difference. He is the weapon.
C.J.
55 yards.
28-26. That gives BG a 2-point lead with the conversion to come. The kick is up. Chris Fox makes it. 29-26. BG takes the lead with 9:24 left in the game. Well, that is more like it for BG fans who came here expecting their team to defeat the 4-4 Timberlane Owls and advance to the final back here at Stellos Stadium. There were a few frightening moments here when it looked like the game was getting out of control and Timberlane's momentum had totally taken over on both sides of the ball, and that they were going to go down and maybe expand on their 4-point lead. However, BG's defense tightens up. Their offense finds the game-breaking talent of C.J. Boykin, finding a way to get him into the mix. He almost ran a punt back for a touchdown. Here he takes a simple, almost like a naked screen pass, and goes the distance. Steve Toscano will do the kicking off for BG. Long way still to go in this one, however. 9.5 minutes, BG with a 3-point lead, and Timberlane has demonstrated an ability to move the ball on offense. So this one is far from over as Timberlane takes the kick. Joshua David tackled at about the 28-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Owls at their own 28, trailing by 3 points. Terrific football game to this point here on Nashua TV. John Collins with Tom King. Tim O'Neill on camera. Thank you for watching all of our sporting activity here on Nashua's education station. Glad to bring you these games on a beautiful fall Saturday afternoon here at Stellos Stadium. The field looks spectacular, newly resurfaced during the summer, and it's getting ideal usage here in a tight New Hampshire High School boys football game. David is stymied right at the line of scrimmage, nowhere really to go. 9 minutes to go. I can't think of a better way to spend my Saturday afternoon, Tom, and I'm totally serious when I say that. This is a best seat in the house for a terrific high school football game right now.
It sure is. Plus, you're spending it with me, so it makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it?
29-26. Timberlane trying to get back in the lead that they enjoyed for a little bit. And that ball is caught. It is picked off the turf by Ephraim Rolon.
And that's a pass that never should have happened. They need more speed in the backfield to get to Bidgood because he was being chased, but not by enough speed. He gets that pass off. Just cannot allow Bidgood to make a big play at this juncture in the game, and he made one right there.
Ephraim Rolon has scored a touchdown in this game. He picked off a Robert Fahey pass and went the distance back in the first half for a pick-6 score. He's got good hands. He showed them there. Rolon with the completion on a low throw. Handoff, tackled in the backfield. I think that was Joshua David. It was. Joining him in the backfield was Paul Lapari, and also
Slade Sousa, number 41, was in there, according to what I saw. It looked like 41.
No, I think it was 44 and 65 is Ethan Plumley. Get some credit on that play. I have the benefit of Tim O'Neill's camera work here, Tom. I got the monitor in front of me.
There you go.
It was number 44, Lapari. Straight drop for Bidgood. He's got
all the time.
He throws it complete to McCarthy. He's tackled in the linebacker area, but not before he picks up a Wes Welker-like gain to about the 46-yard line. He'll bring up third and long 5, short 6. Bidgood has that ability to tower over the line. He throws right over the top. It makes him about a 7-foot-tall quarterback from his release point, and he's taken advantage of that. He pitches this one to David, who cuts it outside, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, there's the key. When he cut it outside, he didn't have the room along the hash mark, and he read it. He saw he had another 3 feet to the outside, and he cut to the left and made the play. Great run, and that's got to deflate Guertin's defense. Guertin's defense has got to find a way to get in that Owl backfield and disrupt their offense, and they're not able to do it right now.
Unfortunately for BG, and I guess the statisticians will be able to tell us, but Timberlane's having a terrific offensive game here.
Well, in the second half they are. They weren't as good offensively in the first half.
Bidgood fakes a throw.
See, look at the time he's got.
Up, and he throws it deep down the right side. He overthrows everybody, intended for Ryan McCarthy.
And I think a big play right there.
Yeah.
Guertin defensively.
Look at that wind, Tom. It's really picked up.
It has picked up. And it died down, and now it's picked up. Big play right there defensively. Lucas Lansing, on that coverage, finally turned around to look at the football. Otherwise, he could have impeded the progress.
I tell you,
they could have thrown
I hate
a flag.
when the pros even forget to do that so many times.
I don't understand why. You want to know where the ball is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times there's only 2 steps to go before they run out of the back of the end zone. They still haven't turned around. So big defensive play there for BG. The home crowd makes their feet heard here in the stands here at Stellos Stadium.
Well, the defense has got to make their feet hurt right here.
On 2nd and 10, nothing doing there for David on the handoff. He was able to cut it outside before, but not there. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
Joshua David on the carry. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10 for Timberlane.
3rd and 10. Timberlane has been able to complete these before, usually with the throwing talents of Bidgood factoring in the equation. Let's see if he goes back up top here on a key play. They trail by 3.
62 yards on 19 carries for David.
Could be 2-down territory for Timberlane. We'll see.
Play action. Watch out.
Has backside pressure, gets rid of it, and it is
Oh, they're going to throw the
Face
flag.
guarding again.
Yep, there's the call.
Defensive pass interference against BG as again the defender does not turn around and pick up the ball. And even though it would have been a very difficult catch for number 11. Oh, actually, was that 11 or 17? That might have been Galesian jumping up in the air.
Offensive interference? They're going to call offensive interference.
Well, he must have climbed the back of the defender.
I don't see it.
He climbed up him?
I wonder if they pointed in the right way, but evidently they did. They're talking to Guertin right now. That is a huge call.
Yeah, it is.
I think the ball's up in the air. It's anybody's ball as long as the defender, I didn't think, turned around, John.
No, he didn't. He didn't turn around. The offensive player may have climbed up on the defensive
But he
player.
has the right to get to the football. But see, Steve Hall says you can't go through, man. But see, the defender did not turn around. Did he? Didn't look like he, for us, from our standpoint, that he had turned around. I'd have to see it on a replay.
Steve Hall defending his officials.
Of
and
course
the call.
he is.
And it is a huge turnaround in the game, though. There it is, offensive pass interference. A huge call goes against Timberlane.
We can always say officials are meant to be seen and not heard, but then again, Hall would never talk to us and give us information again. So,
great call.
That is a huge call, is what it is. Either way, it's a huge call, and it takes Timberlane's offense out of this football game all of a sudden, and puts the onus on Guertin now with their offense.
Well, more immediately on their punter, Gillis, who's unpressured now as he boots it down the left sideline.
Shanked it.
Yeah, not a good punt at all for Timberlane. It may have gone out of bounds short of midfield.
Was out of bounds, close to the 40-yard line.
42-yard line of BG. The good news is that he didn't kick it to C.J. Boykin, though, Tom.
That's why he shanked it, John.
Yeah, he was definitely going to go to the left side, and he overdid it. So first
now,
and 10 for the Cardinals. They lead by 3. The key thing is here, of course, don't turn it over and eat up the clock.
See, they were able to eat up the clock against Timberlane in the second half of the regular season game.
Yeah.
They need to do that again. They can put together a 4 or 5 minute drive. They're capable of it.
Almost 6 minutes to go here. 5:57. BG with the lead and the football at their own 42. Fahey hands it off up the middle. Did I see a flag fly? Or that's actually a bird that went in front of me.
Seagulls are all over the
It was
place.
a seagull. I thought it was a seagull. I thought it was a flag on my monitor. It was
Blake
a seagull.
Boudreau with
hanging
a
out
tough
the window.
run.
Bringing the ball down over the 45 to the 46-yard line. Bishop Guertin.
So it's a pretty healthy first down carry by Boudreau. Blake got the ball to the 46. 2nd and 6. 5.5 minutes as the clock continues to roll after the running play, of course. Bob Fahey, the quarterback for BG, calls the play in the huddle, and they make their way to the line. The handoff is to Mayu, and he follows his blocks like a blocking sled to midfield.
Huge third down play coming up.
3rd and 2.
If I'm Guertin, you don't want to gamble in 2 down territory here, but boy, it's tempting. They get a first down here, and they can really, really just run that hourglass.
You know, do you dare fake it to the middle and let Boykin run wide on this?
I would.
You would.
I want the ball in Boykin's hands. He is your best weapon on offense.
Needing 2 yards. Fahey still has it. Quarterback kept it, and he was down behind the line of scrimmage. Big play by the Timberlane
now
defense.
They have to punt.
I had to wait to see if he still had it because of that fake, but he did, and it was probably a good decision not to pitch it. It might have been even a bigger loss.
I just think Boykin from the line of scrimmage wide.
Maybe.
You want the ball in his hands in the clutch time. He's really been the clutch player for Guertin
Well, he's
today.
the reason that BG's leading right now.
He really is.
29-26, but they have to punt the ball back to Timberlane with plenty of time left on the clock. 3:50. Clock is rolling, but BG in a punting
With Bidgood's
formation.
passing ability, he could chew it up down the field. You don't mind seeing him in a 2-minute situation.
Flag flies. Is that a delay? Lucas Lansing was awaiting, and they probably don't care about the delay game here.
No, I don't think they care about that. I think they did almost. I think it was almost on purpose.
They were trying to draw him off.
And they said, take the penalty, even so.
Yeah.
Kick it from.
So the hard snap count probably, we couldn't hear it, but you imagine they're trying to draw him offside. That Lansing still has plenty of leg to get it deep here. 3:42 to go. Lansing gets it straight up in the air.
Very good.
It lands at about the 35, 34
Relatively
yard line.
good field position for Timberlane here. With 3:33 to play, and it's 29-26. Guertin, their defense. Now, the ball is in the defense's hands of Bishop Guertin.
So we've had some games we call this year that were decided in the second quarter. This is not one of them.
No,
this
not one at all.
The last 5 seconds.
Not one at all, and that sometimes is the difference between a playoff game and a regular season football game.
3:33 and 3 points separate the two teams. 3:33 left in the game here in the fourth quarter. Timberlane with the ball, trailing by a field goal. Evan Bidgood hands it off. Stuffed up Gillis, maybe 2 yards on it. Good interior line play by Bishop Guertin. Timberlane wasting no time in getting back to the line with no huddle. 2nd and 7. 2-step drop. Bidgood caught.
No.
Dropped after as it was wrestled away from him by Lansing, and now they're going to argue that it was a catch. Oh, amazing. He didn't have it very long, Tom. Richard Galesian was blanketed by Luke Lansing. They wrestled for the ball. On the ground it came loose, and they're going to call it a completion. Exactly at midfield. First down,
what a big
Timberlane.
call.
We're laughing at Steve also right call again. Over the top, overthrown, and a man was open. David was wide open. It could have been picked off because Bidgood, who throws those darts really effectively, maybe because the wind is at his back, too much air under that ball. David was open in the seam deep, and it was overthrown. 2nd and 10. They're still buzzing up here in the booth about that catch by Galesian that some believe wasn't in his possession long enough. 29-26, 3 minutes even to go. The clock stopped with that incompletion. The ball's exactly at midfield. Turning point here in this game, no doubt. Looking to his left, batted down. Bidgood did not get it over the hands of the rusher, Kevin Kizik. Kizik with a huge play. Third and 10. Timberlane clearly is going to go for it here. They need 3 points. They don't know if they're going to get the football again. 2:55 to go in the game. They have 2 downs to get 10 yards to keep the drive alive in their hopes of upsetting BG in the semifinal playoff game at Stellos Stadium. Evan Bidgood is behind center. He's got 2 receivers split wide to the right. Straight drop, looking left, sprinting away from pressure. Bidgood throws on the run, complete to Joshua
first
David.
Down, and that just should not have happened. They had a chance at him, they didn't get him, and they let David run free.
I tell you, Tom, you don't see that play very much in high school football. A pro-like completion by Evan Bidgood, rolling to his right and hitting the receiver coming back to him, Joshua David. Excellent offensive play by Timberlane to keep the drive alive. And you can say they should have caught him, but you know, they say that about, you're watching the Green Bay quarterback Rodgers do it a lot. It's difficult. Sacked in the backfield. Blake Boudreaux gets to quarterback Bidgood on the rollout. Bidgood wasting no time there. There's the kind of leadership that you need from your quarterback. Forget about it. Let's get a new play. Get back to the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Bidgood right back to the line. 2:10 to go. Looking left. Throwing over everybody,
almost
including Lucas Lansing, who had the best chance to catch it. His helmet comes off in the effort. It stops the clock with 2:07 left. Again, Timberlane down to their last 2 downs to get 14 yards this time. A heroic play on 3rd and 10 last time to get that 10-yard completion and more from Evan Bidgood to Joshua David. Now there's a timeout down on the field, it looks like, or they're taking advantage of this stop clock to get a play from the sideline. Bidgood up to the line, 2:07 remaining, 3rd and 14 for the Owls, trailing by 3. They need to at least get into field goal range. They have the wind at their back, they could kick a long one. Bidgood, 2-step drop, fakes a throw, throws it high and deep down the middle over everybody. The effort by McCarthy, but he had no chance to catch that pass. It is incomplete, and it's coming down to this. This is the play of the game. 2:01 remaining, 4th and 14. Bidgood has thrown effectively in this game, but this is a long way to go with the game on the line. 14 yards needed to keep the drive alive. Bidgood gets his pass play from the sideline, and everybody would be shocked if they ran this one. And it's going to be timeout Timberlane to discuss their options here. They're going to delve into the playbook and try to come up with a 14-yard pass that will keep their season's hopes alive. BG looking for the defensive play that will put them in the championship game back here at Stellos next Saturday against either Dover or Spalding, who are playing off up in Dover this afternoon. It's a beautiful day for football here at Stellos Stadium. Blood pressure is up on the BG and Timberlane sidelines right now, though. They were hoping for a close game. I'm sure all the fans that came here, an exciting game, but maybe a little bit too exciting at this point. If you're a BG fan coming in here heavily favored with a 7-1 record on your home turf. If BG can come up with a stop here, they will be able to run out the clock and win the game. 4th and 14 for Timberlane. Evan Bidgood is up at the line. They need to get to the 26-yard line. Bidgood's going to roll to his left. He's looking down the left sideline, throws it up, and it is knocked down by Lucas Lansing, and BG stops Timberlane in what could have been the game-time or game-winning drive. The Cardinals dodge a bullet and should be able to advance to the championship game. Bidgood, who was so effective in throwing short yardage darts over the middle, not so effective when he had to throw the ball 10 to 15 to 20 yards down the field. His touch was off on a number of long pass plays, and clearly that one had very little chance of being completed. The job of the BG offense here clearly is just to run a few plays and take some time off the clock, and Timberlane's not given up yet. They're going to try to come up with a stop here on first 2 or 3 downs, but huge gain on first down by Zach Mayu. Mayu is going to take the ball to the, Timberlane's going to call probably their final timeout, and they do. Ball's at the 48. Only 2 yards to go for BG for the first down here, which would really be a knockout blow.
Timberlane takes their 3rd and final timeout.
If you're Timberlane here, you're just trying to fire out of the backfield and come up with a big stop. If you're BG, just looking at those 2 yards as if it was the goal line itself. A first down that would totally take Timberlane out of the miracle comeback category, and you just have to take a knee. Tom, of all the offensive plays that Timberlane ran in this game, that seemed to be a weak attempt there, that pass down the sideline. It really had no chance almost from the beginning. BG is stopped just shy of the first down, but Timberlane has no more timeouts, and BG's got just a yard to go here for a first down that would totally kill any chance Timberlane had. But you know, this still, I guess if they make a stop here, BG might be forced to punt with about 30 seconds left.
Well, If I'm Guertin, there's 1:18 to play. I want to get that first down.
Yeah, you want to get that yard.
Done, you know,
That's actually a half a yard.
You don't want to let Bidgood make a big play. You know, you could have a pass down the middle of the field, get tipped around, knocked around, anything can happen. They need a first down.
Probably going to be a keeper by Fahey. Oh, instead they jump offside. Oh, a glimmer of hope here for Timberlane.
And it stops the clock, John, with 1:04 to play.
Talking about the play clock up here. 1:04 to go in the game. The clock is running now for some reason. Oh, it is? Yeah. Okay, the clock is running. And so 40 seconds would be delay a game. And I don't know if BG's going to be able to get the ball off. They do. They do get it off in time. Mayu's going to be down at about the, it's going to be fourth down here. 4 seconds remaining in the game. They're going to have to punt it. They're going to have to snap it at 5. So the clock is running right now. Nothing Timberlane can do to stop it. It's 19, 18, 17, 16.
Yeah, that's the key, is no timeouts.
Yeah, right. And they might even take it down and take a delay game here and then punt it.
They could very easily do that.
Yeah. And it's going to be delay game with like 5 seconds left. There they go. Actually, they took a timeout so they wouldn't get the delay game penalty. So BG will be punting this ball with 5.3 seconds left. It'll be up to Timberlane to either try to run it back, or if it goes out of bounds, come up with a miracle play with 5 seconds left.
We just received the
Or you can
report.
kick it out of bounds?
Dover High School has won the other semifinal game.
Dover awaits the winner
Field goal
of this
at
one.
the buzzer.
And it looks like Dover will be making the journey to Nashua to play the Cardinals in the final game. As we have a timeout on the field, Bishop Guertin. Looks like Dover BG final, Tom. A lot of green coming here.
A lot of green.
Saturday.
That's for sure.
As you said, the last time Dover and BG met, 21-6 in Dover. Pretty respectable score by the Green Wave, considering that BG ran the table, except that one loss to who? 7-1?
Keene, in a game that didn't matter.
So it's 4th and 4 for BG. They could even run it here. They're not even going to punt it. The punt is too risky. Fahey's got it. He's actually going to try to sprint the 4 seconds off the clock and then take a knee.
Yep, and that'll do it.
That's the game. It was scary for a while, but BG, after falling behind early, 6-0, and then later, 26-22, they come back and they win. They defeat the Timberlane Owls 29-26. The game is actually closer than the score indicates.
John, a great football game, the best one we've done in a long time.
It certainly was. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins, and we'll be back next
Saturday right here.
Championship Saturday here on Nashua's ETV. 29-26, BG wins it. Thank you for joining us, everybody.